fell into the gorilla pit, causing the crowd to panic. You see, he had climbed over a barrier and dropped 15 feet into a pool of water. Zookeepers rushed to get the gorillas inside, but one ended up approaching the boy. For 10 minutes, he dragged the boy through the water and moved him to a dry area. But zookeepers felt the boy was still in danger, so they made the heartbreaking decision to shoot the gorilla, killing him instantly. The world mourned his death, with many creating tributes, ensuring his memory lived forever. They would carefully press a sharp stone drill into your aching tooth. Using a small bow to twist the stone, they would begin to slowly scrape away the cavity, creating a hole. And with no painkillers, you would feel every grind as the drill carved deeper into your tooth. Once the hole was big enough, they would carefully scoop out all the decayed tooth pulp, removing the cavity. They would carefully. His teeth sunk into a human fingertip while he was eating a frozen custard. Now, he thought it was a piece of candy, so he just spat the object into his hand. Shocked, he immediately called the store. And that's when they discovered a worker had sliced off part of their finger while operating a machine. But instead of throwing the batch away, someone scooped it and served it to customers. His teeth sunk. The gravedigger decided to open the casket, just to take a quick peek inside. He was almost done digging the grave, and sometimes liked to see the face of the person he was about to bury. But what he saw made him fall back in shock. It was his face staring up from inside. Heart racing, he sprinted home to his wife, leaving the grave half dug. But when he got there, his wife looked at him with horror. She backed away, trembling, reaching for a knife behind her. He stepped forward and she screamed. He ran. He didn't know where else to go, so he returned to the graveyard. But now there were figures standing around the open casket. He crept closer. Their skin was gray, their heads swollen, and eyes were black and wide. One of them turned. It placed a hand on his shoulder. "You finished the mission, Zarthan. Great job as always." He couldn't move or speak, just frozen in confusion. The figure sighed. "You poor thing. You've been down here too long." She reached up and touched his cheek, slowly peeling, revealing the truth. His skin came away like fabric, and beneath it, he's one of them. The gravedigger decided to open. If you shoot a bullet to the west at 1,000 miles an hour, it'll look like it's flying away. But that's around the same speed that the Earth is rotating to the east. And since you're standing still, it's actually you who's moving away from the bullet. To someone watching from space, the bullet would actually just be hovering. Now, it wouldn't be long for air resistance to slow it down, and gravity would make it drop, but for a fraction of a second, you'd technically have a floating bullet. If you shoot a bullet to the west, the dog waited at the hospital door as his owner received treatment. And he did this every single week. But one day, the man didn't come back. You see, he had died during his appointment. But the dog didn't understand, so he kept waiting. For 12 long years, he stayed at the hospital doors, expecting his best friend to come out at any moment. Even though other families tried to adopt him, he always went back, until he was tragically hit by a car. The dog waited. If you spun in a circle like a helicopter, you would need to spin over 100 times per second